What does everyone do but won't admit it? Rehash conversations or plan future ones with people who aren't there. Yeah, I do this all the time with this one person who I'm probably never going to talk to again, but I still plan like if I was going to, which I'm not, but I still plan it. Judge. We all do it. It's about being intelligent enough to not let that cloud our perspective. Also, sometimes it's okay and even good to judge. Sometimes people are bad to be around, and it's important to recognize. Being judgmental is only a bad thing if you're overly so and or do it for bad reasons. But even with that, yeah, we all do it. Judge people as horrible human beings for doing things while driving that you excuse as being okay if you do it yourself. Like speeding, being in people's blind spots, being too slow, stuff like that. Talk to themselves when they're alone. Oh, you do when you're alone? Smart. Put your hands over your chest in your shower, let it fill with water, then let the water drop all at once. Secretly wish certain people move away or die. Have hero fantasies. I don't know if everyone does this, but I like to know. When I read about something horrible, I put on my proverbial cape and fix it. Maybe I'm there to see the bad things before it happens and stop it. Sometimes I prepare a humble speech for the press as well. I think on some level it's a coping mechanism. Instead of being hateful and bitter, I fix the problem. I fix nothing, of course, but I'll be able to shake off the feeling of despair for a little while. Pretend like they weren't sleeping when a phone call wakes them up. I do the opposite and don't answer the call. I then have a lay-in for another half an hour before telling them I was asleep. Everyone has a guilty pleasure that they don't like to admit, whether it's binging their favorite show or checking their phone when they should be doing something else. We all have things that make us feel good, but we don't necessarily want to share them with others. Mine is reading really bad books, or watching super bad shows, because I don't know, it's really funny. I watched Twilight for that reason, because I thought it was hilarious, because it was really, really bad. But I might read the books too for the same reason. But I enjoy watching and reading horrible stuff, because just badly written stuff, it's funny. We stare at shit-covered toilet paper to see if they're done wiping. I find it gross when people say that they don't do this. You're just taking a gamble that you might be walking around with a poopy butthole or what? Give advice that they don't follow? Ask for advice and don't follow. Lie. Everybody lies. All the time, actually. Well, it could be making a story sound a little more interesting by lying about details slightly. That's still lying at the end of the day, right? But sometimes it's better narratively. I don't know. But everybody lies at one point or another. Commit a double homicide in Florida in 1993 that remains unsolved to this day. Everybody's done this, right? Obviously, we've all done it. Talk behind people's backs. I made a point of reducing that habit to a bare minimum. Save from toxic asshats about whom I'll warn people. Either I praise people in the back, or I hold my tongue. First off, it actually feels better. Then it prevents from getting bit in the ass by my own words. And finally, it doesn't get my friends to wonder about what I'd say behind them when they're not around. Generally, it's a huge life improvement. I do talk behind people's backs, but it's usually because they're not good people. And I just I do the same thing and I warn people. But also, it feels good to make fun of them because they're not good people and they've been mean to me before, so I don't really care at that point. I wonder if people that have long since disappeared from your life, or you've only met once or twice, think about you from time to time. Probably so. I know I have. I've also caught up with people I haven't seen in a decade or more who said they thought of me on occasion. Some of these thoughts of others were seemingly random thoughts that have no connection to anything as of recent. Think about compliments given by someone years ago. Okay, bye, subscribe for more Reddit stuff or whatever.